got an amazing Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. Happy and grateful to hear all east or west. I don't know. I think I might have heard a Martian from Mars on this call, and I'm pumped up, guys, flat elated, because every Monday, every single Monday, right here at 9 o'clock, you're going to get the Vision for Soar Wellness, whether it be myself, one of our other amazing leaders, or it might be a surprise guest, just like last week when you heard from our amazing new CEO, Mr. Peter Christoph. So you just never know who you're going to get on this call, so you definitely don't want to miss it. Now go ahead, if you've not done so yet, get yourself a pen and a piece of paper and get in a quiet place, because you just might hear something you can use, okay? And I do see that we had someone who jumped on the line as I was clearing out that line, Mr. Barry Braithwaite from over there in the Bahamas. Welcome to the call, sir. Happy to have you on the line. So I'm going to tell you guys some information that I know you can use, okay? The first thing I want to talk to you about is, what is this business all about? What is the business all about? Now, I'll tell you, we've heard this probably a few times, and some of you may be brand new, but I'm going to tell you what the business is about. The business really is about you build this business in 3 ways, all right? 3 ways. You're first going to build your store business in your mind, then on paper, and then in the field. You know, it's been said that what you ask about, you bring about, and what you think about, you shall receive, right? And I may have said that wrong, but you get what I mean, right? So the fact remains is, you first build it in your mind, and that's why reading is fundamental. Reading books that may help you, such as Go Pro, such as Think and Grow Rich. As a man, you all know the developmental books that we've all been reading. If you've not been reading, pick one, choose one, any book. It doesn't matter. Choose a book that works for you. It could be a quick read, something like Who Moved My Cheese, which is a small little book. Choose something that gets your mind working so that you can start to build your business on paper to the next step. Because when you build your business on paper, you want to begin to plan out and strategize and design your business on paper. You can go as small of a business or as large and grandiose of a business as you choose. See, because guess what? This is your business. This is your dreams that you're writing down. No one can tell you that your dreams are too big or too small. These are your dreams. So from your mind to the paper. Because what you're doing is you're telling yourself over and over and over again, this is possible, this is doable, this will happen. And then what do? You then have to build it in the field. Because you definitely, let your mouth and your feet have to move at the same pace. So for here, your mind, your brain, your mouth, and your feet have to move. So this is the thing. If you're thinking it, and then you write it down, and then you do nothing, it's not going to work. So you have to sit down and think about it for a minute, just strategize. Only you know the time frame that you have. Only you know the resources that you have. And then write it down on paper. So you know what? In order to rebuild or build my business, I desire to talk to 4 or 5 people this month, or 4 or 5 people this minute. Whatever it is you desire to do, write it down on paper and then decide how you're going to do it. Now then, guess what? It's time to get out in the field. But working on that personal self-development will help you overcome the hurdles that we all encounter. I've heard so often people say, Miss Davis Jack, it must be easy for you to talk to people because you're so full of energy. Well, let me let you in on just a little itty-bitty secret. I'm actually probably one of the share an event place. You'll see me all over the room talking to everybody because I'm a social butterfly. I like to know everybody in the room. I like to know logistics because that's what I did in my past profession. It was logistics. But the facts remain is that when it comes down to it, 98% of the time when I'm at home, I'm very quiet. I don't talk. I don't have anything to say. My mother, my sisters, I have siblings. I'm one of 6. They'll tell you I'm the middle child of 6, actually. They'll tell you that when I'm home, you very rarely even know I'm in the room. believe it or not. Yeah, surprise you with that, right? So this is the thing. We all have hurdles. So my hurdle has had been in the beginning talking to people and going out and actually talking about my business and about my products and being afraid and saying, oh my goodness, they're not going to listen to me. But this is my thing between someone in Walmart talking to you about the brand new direct TV that they're selling and you talking about Sora. Nothing. Well, the difference, you may say they're paid an hourly wage. Trust me when I say they'll tell you it's probably not enough. But the fact remains is that they still have to overcome hurdles to do it. The difference between you and between us and them is that we know something about personal development. So that personal development will help you to build in those three ways, which again is mind, paper, and the field. When you hit a wall, just know that more activity and more personal development can fix it all. Don't sit around and let your mind play tricks on you. Trust me when I say I don't care what situation you're in. I know everybody's been in a situation where you maybe were somebody and they were out with their girls, but about with a bunch of their friends or about a bunch of their guy friends, and you're sitting at home and it's getting late, and you're thinking, I wonder what they're. And so your mind starts to wander, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I wonder if they're having a good time, and then maybe it gets a little bit later. What you don't realize, though, is that your battery died on your phone. So you're sitting there, and you're worried. You're so caught up in your thoughts, you don't realize the battery's dead in your phone. And so now you begin to think, oh, my goodness, there's been an automobile accident or something has happened or this has happened, and oh, my goodness, now you're working up in a frenzy, and then you get your phone and you realize your phone is dead. This is the thing. Oftentimes, if we do the small things, the big things will never come into our heads. Had we in that situation, had that person looked down and saw the phone was dead, they would have realized that person had been trying to call them and tell them, hey, I'm actually at home and everything's good and I'm about to go to bed. But they let their mind wander so much, we can put first things first. They didn't even plug up the phone. So this is my thing. Plug up your phone, which is you. Plug yourself in, and once you hit a wall, more activity. And call somebody. Call a buddy. Find a buddy who is in this business. If you don't have a buddy, there's someone in this business, somebody who you find truly amazing, truly magnificent, who you can call and say, you know what, I've hit a wall today. Trust me, the same wall you've hit, that's familiar territory to them. They'll say, oh, that's the one around the corner from the Camu, huh? They know the wall too, because we've all hit the wall at some point. Trust me, there are many walls in this business. But the fact remains is hitting the wall and hitting it and sliding down the wall and laying there, well, that's totally different. Hitting the wall and climbing over the wall and mastering the wall is another, okay? That goes into my next part of what this business is all about, and it's being consistent. Being a consistent creature, just every single day, have a belief. Have a belief in your products. Have a belief in you and what you bring to this business. Each of you on this call, as I heard the names, I had to smile because I know the power that's present behind those voices. Know what you bring to Sora. Know what our products can do. Go out and tell people about the products. The products will sell themselves. Let it just linger. Let it just be. Because guess what? More activity and more personal development will make that wall disappear behind you. Because by the time you look back, that wall will be 15 miles behind you, and you'll wonder how you got so far. You weren't paying attention to it. Just be consistent. The more consistent you are, people will realize that. And know that success is a process. Success is a process. It's not something that just jumps on you one day. It doesn't just jump on you and you just happen to bump into it. Oh, there's success. No, you have to constantly work at it. You have to go at it. You can't say, oh, well, one day I love my business. Well, next day I'm doubtful about it. Well, I don't really know what we're going to do. Well, I don't know. No, success is a lifestyle. Success is a process. Every day, wake up, put your feet on the ground and say, I am successful. Whatever I do, whatever I touch will be a success. As you all came on the phone again, I'll say it again, there was power. Power in your voices. Power. There are many of you didn't get a chance to let me know who you were, but I know who you are because I can see your names on the webinar, and there's power there. That goes into the belief system. You have to have a belief. There has to be a fire here. A fire so deep within you right now that failure is not an option. Conversation with someone just yesterday, and she said, how do you know that you're going to win? I said, because failure was never an option. It didn't matter whatever happened with anybody else or what happened anywhere else or even in the world. I just know for me, Tamara Davis Jack, failure has never been an option. For each of you, you're here because failure is not an option. You know, like on Mission Impossible, they say your mission if you choose to accept it. We have chosen to accept it. Now, once you've made that choice, you now have to take those beliefs, which also turn into results. See, it all goes into the other. But you have to focus on your beliefs. Focus on those beliefs and just know without a benefit, beyond a doubt, that it's going to happen. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter what it looks like on paper. It doesn't matter what it looks like in the world. Know that it's going to happen for you. See, because thoughts lead to feelings, and feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to results. Thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to results. When you start to think negative, you fail. And see, failure is not an option, remember? Don't think negative. Don't speak negative. If thoughts come into your head, say next. See, don't feed yourself junk. The same as you don't want anybody else feeding you junk, don't feed yourself junk, because guess what? You're your best friend. When you're laying in the bed at night, you are your best friend. And guess what? You're also your worst enemy. Don't feed yourself junk. And know that sometimes you have to disassociate yourself from the wrong people in order to stay positive. It might be for some of you. But if there are wrong people, you might have to disassociate yourself from them. For me, I always knew that Soar Wellness was going to be a success. I always knew that I would be a success here because I know me. So anyone else who breathes anything into my consciousness that tells me that I will not be, I disassociate myself. Because you're telling me that I will be a failure. So you're not going to tell me. My friends don't tell me I'm going to be a failure. Well, I'm just trying to help you. No, you're not. Because if you were trying to help me, you will respect my choices. See, our belief system changes when we speak what we want instead of speaking what we have. So guess what? Every day I look up at a picture sitting right next to me, and I'm looking at it as I'm speaking to you, of a mansion that I want. More house than I ever could dream of. Beautiful house, 9 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 4-car garage. It has a wraparound porch. I could probably close my eyes right now and I can tell you every little nook and cranny. There's a library. Oh my goodness, a pool out of this world. I cannot wait to have you all there for an amazing pool party. Just wait. Now just imagine what your thoughts can do if you generate those thoughts for you. See, our belief system changes when we speak what we want instead of what we have. I'm not saying to be ungrateful. Because what we have right now is acquired through the sweat and the tears of our past. So you should be ungrateful for what you have right now. But most definitely, look towards what you want and know of high numbers, you most definitely want to talk to people. Don't let other people make you think small. Definitely talk to as many people as you can. I heard someone say to me about 2 weeks ago, she said, I was having a floor social, and I went to invite people, and nobody showed. I said, how many people did you invite? 4. How many people did you invite? I don't know, 8. So you invited 8 people, but then you got confirmation from 4. That pretty much means nobody. We all know how these numbers work. It's a numbers game, guys. How many times have people invited you someplace that you didn't go to? Oh, you forgot. We do it too. The more people you invite, the more people who will follow through. This is the thing. You can't say the wrong thing to the right people for that. Always think big and believe in you. Always think big and believe in you. Believe it, because no one else will believe in you more than you believe in you. And people will buy into you before they buy into the products, before they buy into the company. They're buying into you. They're buying into the magic of you. Definitely plug in, guys. Plug in. If there's nothing else that you do, plug in. Plug into somebody, plug into something, plug into corporate, plug into an upline leader, plug into something and someone, plug into a leader. Because to be successful, there's something amazing that happens when you get 2 or more people together who believe in something. There's a synergy that happens. There's a movement that happens. It's almost like a football huddle. It's almost like if you got us all together in one room right now, and we would all just shift side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side. And all of a sudden, you would just feel a little tremble. And people would get so excited, and we would say certain words, and we would just get hyped. And all of a sudden, we can go and just talk to everybody about chocolate, or talk to everybody about Camel, and about serum. And all of a sudden, something just happens. So guess what? Plug in. Allow someone to get you fired up. Because guess what? Sometimes your fire might blow out. And that's okay. Let somebody else come in and help you out. It's something you're not. All of us here are not just chocolate salesmen and saleswomen, or just nutraceutical salesmen and saleswomen. We're actually here building businesses based on supply and demand. So most definitely, you definitely want to get out here and you want to tell people about the opportunity. And I'm going to tell you about what we're going to be doing starting next week with a brand new opportunity called As Well. And definitely continue to have your vision, because vision is seeing the end from the beginning. Know that you've already won. You're here. You've already won. You're already diamond. You just have to take the first steps to get there. Every diamond started right where you're starting right now. I don't care how they make it look. I don't care how cute they try to make it sound. I've taught you diamonds. And trust me, they've said to me, Tamara, you are right where you're to be. To whom much is given, much is required. If you've not endured, you'll never know how to stand. You don't know how to take the heat. To the thing. You're already a diamond. You're just taking the first steps to get there. And you already know the end results. No matter what anybody tells you, it's done. So if you don't have a vision, lean on somebody else's. Lean on somebody else's vision. Think about somebody else who you know is pumped up and fired up and say, you know what, she had outstanding results, and talk about her results. Talk about his results. Know that no matter what, you're going to win. No matter what you go through, it's either going to be a lesson or it's going to be a blessing for you, one way or the other. It's going to bless you with more experience, or it's going to definitely teach you something that you needed along the way. Either way, you're going to learn something from it, because guess what? Everything is already done. You have to have a look in your eye that you will quit no matter what. Give the eye of the tiger, and have the faith that there's nothing else but to win. See, freedom, it never comes without a price. Never comes without a price. And you have to start faithing for your freedom. How many of you right now would love to stay home with your family and have all the money that you would want to do it? Now, see, some people say, well, I can stay at home right now. Well, that's cute. I'm glad you say that. But if you stay home right now, could you pay your bills stay at home right now? Could you live, though, right now. See, we want you to have everything you want and stay at home. I want you to go into your job and tell your boss what you're worth. Better yet, I want you to prove to yourself what you're worth. Because, see, many of us, we don't have to tell nobody else. We just got to tell ourselves. Once we tell ourselves, we can make it. We can make it. So don't walk. Run to your dreams. Run to your dreams. And ensure that you know your product line. So definitely check out your back office, because people will buy and join at the height of your enthusiasm, not the height of your knowledge. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to know anything, but everything. 99% of the information you need to know is in your back office. Or better yet, turn over the bottles, or turn over the chocolate, and guess what? Google it. And there's your explanation. Now I'm going to give you guys some amazing Sora back office updates, so you can go check them out. In case you haven't seen them, I'm all excited about it, all pumped up about it. So I hope you guys are too. If you haven't yet, you will be. So I'm going to tell you about our compensation plan is back there. If some people were saying, that, well, I'm not sure how I get paid. Well, guess what? They put it all back there. Know your compensation plan so you know how to max it out. There are many, many ways back there. There's many ways in the compensation plan to get paid, and we want you to max out on all of them. So go ahead in the back office and get learn your compensation plan. There's also a calendar back there that we'll all begin to share to put our events on there as well. There's also the member and retail price sheets back there. They've all been updated in the past few days. Definitely, please go back there and check those out. There's also all the member forms are now back there. The member applications, the order forms and receipts. We definitely have, all the forms that we've always, everybody that's wanted, cancellation requests, sponsor changes, anything you could think of, placement changes, anything you could think of that you would need form-wise is in that back office. If it's not in the back office, please feel free to give Sora Wellness a call, and they can make sure that it's back there, okay? Or you can definitely reach me on Facebook or anywhere else, and I could be of assistance as well. Our disclaimers and policies have been added as well. It also tells you about the refund and exchange policy and some other key questions that, some frequently asked questions that people may have had. And I'll go back and tell you guys again about expanding your mind and expanding your vision. You definitely want to pick up a book that will help you to to keep your vision growing. Because as you grow, as you expand your mind, you definitely expand your vision and want your vision to stay vast, okay? Believe in your dreams no matter what is going on around you. Believe in your dreams, especially right now. A lot of people have loved ones in different parts of the country that have flooded and things of that nature, and we have to believe more now than ever that we can do amazing things. Definitely, Les Brown says, in every minute there are 1,440 minutes. That means you have 1,440 daily opportunities to make a positive impact. So I say never say you don't have time, because you have the same amount of time as Michael Jackson has had, as Liz Taylor has had, Abraham Lincoln has had. All these great Americans have had. You had all the time, Madonna and all these people in history. You have had the same amount of time they've had. What are we now going to do with it? Definitely, it's all about balance. Balance out the time that you have. Because the fact remains is that we definitely want you to have a positive work-home balance. We don't want everything to be all Sora. We don't want it to be all work. We don't want it to be all home. So have a good work-home balance. And that's where coaching is really, really great. Talking to an upline leader, linking arms with a champion. We've talked about that some time ago. Definitely doing that. This is the thing. Right now, no one should feel as if they're off in a certain position all by yourself. Reach out, grab somebody's hand, and say, you know what, let's run. Let's get it. There's no one right now associated with Sora Wellness that is not keyed in to win. Everyone here wants to win. So let's just all win together. And just as a reminder, set a date, make it a goal to get 30 plus attendees, and our CEO, Peter Kristoff, will present the SOAR opportunity live in your city. Live in your city. All you need is 30 plus attendees, and he will be there. Definitely 30 plus attendees. Call into SOAR Wellness and make sure he has a date on his calendar before you make a massive plan. And go ahead and get that date on his calendar, and Peter Kristoff will come to your city and present the SOAR opportunity for you. And speaking of the SOAR opportunity, starting next week, the vision call will take place in the first half of the hour, and then immediately afterwards will be an opportunity call. Oh yeah, we're cooking with gas, right? So therefore, get your guests on, everyone. Get your guests on. For those who are saying, I'm not really sure about how to do the presentation. Guess what? Talking to someone who's given a whole lot of presentations. So we're going to have a multiple array of people who are giving the presentation. I myself probably will give the first, and I'm pretty pumped up and excited for it. Get your guests on the line. Let's go ahead and let's get your business up and running, because the fact remains is that this business, like I said, we are not just we're not just chocolate salespeople. We are actually business people. So our business is about a network. So we're going to create a healthy network of people all working together to do something truly amazing. So next week, starting next Monday, at about 9:15, 9:20ish, we will start our opportunity calls. Right here at this very same number, they just have to jump on and they can take advantage of that opportunity call right here. And with that said, I think I am at my time, and I'm telling you guys, I'm getting so good at this, it's almost scaring me. It just actually hit 9:30 on the dot. And so, guys, that is absolutely my time. It has been a pleasure to be with you again this Monday evening for another amazing vision call here at SOAR Wellness, where we all have a shared mind, body, and spirit. Each of you will be successful. Grab hold to your dream. Write it down and make it plain. And get out there and dare to dream, because it's definitely going to happen for you. And I dare anybody to stop you. With that said, my name is Tamara Davis-Jack from the absolutely amazing Queen City, signing off for the night. You guys have an amazing one. Bye-bye.